What's up, YouTube? The Pat Bull coming at you right now with what I'm predicting is April 29th. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna discuss how the format will look for May, and I'm gonna begin with some low tier decks, move to the higher tier decks, and we'll go from discussion from that. I want to begin my discussion with the Monarch deck. That frog, those frogs. Yeah, I don't like them either. It's so good. It gets around so many decks, be it Evil Swarm, Mermail, Fire Fist, Dark World. It doesn't matter really because that's gonna have the biggest impact I feel right now of any of those smaller level decks because it just has the ability of spitting out so much in the way of Caius, Ryza. So really, it's really strong. I'm not gonna call it tier one quite yet. Ask me later, I might change my mind. But right now, it's gonna get all around this. As you know, the Evil Swords released last Friday. Yeah, they're gonna get all around that. They don't have problems with Mermail. Fire Fist ain't a problem. I mean, about the only ways you can get around the deck is with the Abyss Dweller. You can Fire Fist, hopefully, and get away with it. Yeah, it's not going to be the most effective way to get around it. But from what I've seen, they've had really strong showings at YCSs. They've had really strong showings at regionals. They're really strong decks. They can run Slifer. They can run Obelisk. So it's really going to become better, I would think. When Slifer becomes more readily available in June, I would definitely probably think about moving them up to tier 1. After that, I want to discuss Geargia, Karakuri, those machine decks that, just out of nowhere, they just come out and just punch you OTK style deck like that. They're having a pretty large impact right now because everybody's having to side so heavy for other decks. The Karakuri and Geargia deck are really getting away with stuff they shouldn't. Be it that Geargia's getting away with playing Fire Fist. Don't ask me how that works. But somehow they are. They're managing to beat Fire Fist. They're just coming out of nowhere OTKing with berets and burritos. What else can you do? The Karakuri OTK is exactly what the name states. It is Karakuri OTK. It still does what the Karakuri deck does, so, look out for it. Be properly sided if you have room. That includes max C's and system down for both those decks. The Monarch deck I feel is going to stand out the strongest because you've got a side Dimensional Fissure. You've got a side Macro. And that's where I really think the strong suit over Mermail comes, is from that fact. After that, let's move up to two other decks. They're going to see their best times are still yet to come. The first of them I'm going to put is the 6 Sam deck. It's strong already. I feel Konami brought the stuff that Smoke said and put so much emphasis on that deck for that Prophecy matchup. And along that lines, the format in later video, I will break it down. Hopefully I'll have screen capture software and stuff, so it'll be a little easier to show. But I'm going to break the format down into 3 types. Decks that can beat Mermail, decks that can beat Fire Fist, decks that can beat Prophecy. Because I'm at the consensus of the majority of people that those are going to be the 3 decks come May the 18th. Or May the 17th. Let me see right quick. I think it's May 17th. Yes, May 17th is Tachyon, so that Prophecy deck will be the issue then. So hopefully I'll be able to show this a little better when I get some screen capture software, and I'll show you how I'm breaking this down. After that, they're not tier 1. I firmly believe this. Evil Swarm, they're good. They're really good, but Mermail still has outs to the deck. Fire Fist, it's Fire Fist. What else is there to say? It's going to go through Bang, Pop, all that stuff. Same way with the Prophecy deck. It's not going to matter. Those though that deck's not really has the power. Everybody's like, this card is gonna shut down the format, all this. Those of you that read ARG's things, Billy Breaks and several other people have put out articles regarding this matchup. Right here. Everybody's like, the Evil Storm's gonna shut down the Mermails. I've not seen it, I've played enough of them myself. This, it's, you can still trib summon it and still get what you need. It doesn't matter. And that's just what I'm saying right now, testing and things, that I'm not afraid of Evil Swarm. Everybody's like, I should be, I'm running Mermail. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it even in the Girgi deck that I've showed profiles of. I just don't see it being super strong. Now, when in the builds that are running macro and all that, yes, they're a really big threat, but not nearly at the level that people think they will be. We're going to move up into the tier 1 area. The gray area between the tier 1.2, 1.5, 1 kind of area where you have decks that I'm putting Dark Worlds in right now. Dark Worlds is going to be that deck that Prophecy cries when they go Summon Grapha, Standby, EV, Spell, and then you just sit in the corner and you cry. I don't see no way for Prophecy to find a way out. That EEV play it will single-handedly destroy things. They'll chain it to the Judgment Day. They will chain it to whatever they need to do to shut you down. So Prophecy players, beware of Dark World. Fire Fist players also, because that whole thing of them going drag down, pulling Bear, Tinky out of the hand, it's just going to be bad for you. It's not good for anybody. But if you're especially running the Fire Fist or the Prophecy, it's going to be really, really bad for you. Other than that, Wind Up is still derpy. It's still going to wreck. I'm thinking the emphasis is going to shift off of Wind Up here pretty soon. I'm thinking Mecha Beast might replace that, or Inzectors. Those two decks, I'm really thinking that emphasis is about to slide them back into tier 2 where they really should be, except for the fact that Factory is at 3. I don't know what people were thinking keeping Factory at 3. Factory does not need to be at 3. If you're going to keep Factory at 3, Sams need to have a Gateway back and Blackwings need a Whirlwind back. At least on those two cards, summons have to be resolved for them to trigger. Whereas Factory's just like, reveal shark, herpa derp, magician shark, lupin, you're dead. That's so much more broken in my opinion than the Gateway. Granted, it's pretty broken. Or the Black Whirlwind, which is pretty broken too. But at least summons have to be resolved on Gateway and Black Whirlwind. Inzectors, they're just Inzectors. They're going to be there. They're going to punch holes in decks. They're going to make players rage and do what Inzectors do the best. After that, I'm going to move up to what I'm going to now go to my top 5 decks for May 2013. 6 decks for May 2013. Coming in at number 6, I am so glad the cards finally came out. Personally, I'm not playing it. Personally, I think it's retarded. But Lava. They finally got multi-conduction field. They finally got Lava Ball Chain. It's time to put up or shut up. You have the stuff. Go win your YCS that you keep saying you can't win unless you have multi-conduction and Lava Ball Chain. When you finally manage to get through this format with Ophion, with Bistweller, with Big Eye, let me know. I'll change my opinion. But right now, you're standing at the bottom of tier 1, and stop bitching and complaining and go fucking win. In 5th, I'm gonna put Evil Swarm. I had some harsh things to say earlier in the video about the deck, but Evil Swarm's a strong 5th place deck because it's gonna have its day. I mean, every deck's going to have its day, or as the phrase naturally goes, every dog's going to have its day. It's going to run rampant at locals. It's going to run rampant at regionals. At the YCS level, I'm not sure. It's not hard to get around Ophion. It's really not. I've not had problems getting around Ophion. So I'm going to keep it where it is. Coming in at number 4, though, to me is a surprise deck. It's really catching on now, and the closer we get to the elemental dragons and all this, we're going to have things happen. I'm putting Heretics. It's got true OTK potential, even more so than the Karakuri that I talked about earlier. This deck can come out. It doesn't matter if you set monsters, what you do. It's going to come through. It's going to beat your face. If, for instance, you have a bigger monster on board like BLS, Gore's lead, they're just going to Volcasaurus it and burn you for that attack. It's not by any chance weak. It will come out. It will OTK Mermail at its own. It beats Mermail at its own game. It beats Fire Fist outright in terms of attack. Ophions and them die to Gaia Dragons. But the only thing is that Heretic deck, they can find ways around Ophion. And when they do, you can just count the day done, because either A, if the Heretic player goes first and knows he's playing Ophion, he's stacking the board against them. He's going to put as much shit on the board to stop them as possible. My number 3 deck, going into May, I'm going to put Prophecy. I'm going to bump them up to 3rd, because May could be their month. Day of Judgment could launch. They could win YCSs. They could win regionals. All of that could occur just from that one card. Personally, I don't think it's going to do that much for the deck, but look out for them. They will be there. Judgment Day will run rampant. It might be like the Evil Storm Heretic thing. They will dominate regionals and locals, but not win their YCS. Coming in at number 2, the top 2 are going to stand the same. Fire Fist is going to be, every variant of Fire Fist I feel is number 2. I don't care if it's Dino Fist or regular Fire Fist, they will be number 2, and Mermail will stand number 1. And that's all I have to say. Undawn's still there. They still have their place. So, peace out, rate, comment, subscribe, and thanks.